What if your dog doesn't just feel emotions, but actually thinks? For years, science claimed that dogs only react to training and human cues, that they imitate understanding but don't truly grasp complex ideas. But modern research says something very different. Dogs can understand abstract concepts, quantity, comparison, categories. They don't guess. They don't act randomly. They consciously evaluate relationships between objects. This discovery changes how we see dog intelligence. And more importantly, it changes how dogs affect our stress, emotions, and overall well-being. Because when we understand how dogs think, we stop controlling them and start building trust. And that's where science truly changes everything. Dogs have more than just emotional intelligence. Their cognitive abilities are similar to those of humans in many ways. They read body language, recognize emotions, and adjust their behavior according to the situation. But their abilities are not limited to this. For a long time, it was believed that dogs only imitate understanding of complex tasks. This was explained by the clever Hans effect, when an animal responds to subtle human cues rather than understanding the task itself. This is how early examples of counting dogs were interpreted. It was believed that they did not count, but rather read the behavior of their handler. Later studies showed that this explanation was insufficient. Conceptual learning methods have proven the ability of dogs to grasp abstract concepts. These include quantity, comparison, and categorization. In such experiments, any cues from humans are excluded. This allows the animal's actual thinking to be assessed. Practice has shown that dogs can consciously demonstrate correct results. They do not act randomly, but based on an understanding of the relationships between objects. This confirms dogs' ability to think abstractly, not just to respond conditionally. Another example of high intelligence is language comprehension. Most dogs learn dozens of words. Some individuals are capable of learning hundreds. A well-known case is that of Chaser, a border collie. She knew over 1,000 words. The dog distinguished between objects, actions, and categories. Studies have shown elements of grammatical and conceptual understanding. These data indicate the high cognitive flexibility of dogs. Previously, this trait was considered unique to humans. Dogs perceive the world differently due to the characteristics of their senses. Their vision does not have a single central focal point. Their field of vision is wider, which makes it easier to track movement. This makes dogs particularly sensitive to dynamic objects. At the same time, they have significantly fewer cones responsible for color. Because of this, their color vision is limited. Dogs have difficulty distinguishing between red and green. Instead, they see blue and yellow shades well. It was once believed that dogs only see in black and white. Further research has disproved this. This shows that our understanding of animals is constantly changing along with the development of science. Some forms of behavior may indicate discomfort or illness. Constantly pressing the head against a wall or objects may be a sign of pain, neurological disorders, or vision problems. Such signals cannot be ignored. Dogs' hearing is significantly superior to that of humans. Many ideas about dogs are based on habit rather than science. Modern research shows that their intelligence, perception, and behavior are much more complex than they seem at first glance. Dogs understand more than we are used to thinking. And science already has evidence that changes our perception of them forever. They perceive high frequencies and hear sounds from a great distance. Puppies are born deaf. Hearing appears in about 10 days and develops along with the nervous system. Thermoregulation in dogs occurs differently. They hardly sweat through their skin. Heat is released through the pads of their paws, their nose, and primarily through breathing. Therefore, free breathing is critically important, especially in hot weather. Dogs can have a dominant paw. This is similar to right-handedness or left-handedness in humans. This phenomenon is associated with asymmetry in the brain and nervous system. From an evolutionary point of view, dogs are not directly descended from modern wolves. Both species have a common ancestor. They developed in different ways. This undermines dominant training models. Science supports cooperative approaches. Physical contact requires caution. Many dogs do not accept hugs, especially from strangers. For an animal, this can mean a threat or restriction of movement. The result is stress, not calmness. Equipment also affects the dog's condition. Spiked collars originally had a protective function. In modern conditions, harsh methods increase tension and aggression. Pain does not promote calm behavior. It activates the nervous system and increases reactivity. Studies show that fear and discomfort increase aggression. They do not reduce it. Therefore, humane, low-stress treatment is critically important. Understanding how dogs perceive and think helps build healthy relationships. Such interactions are based on biology and trust, not control. Dogs do not need harshness. They need understanding. And that is what makes coexistence healthy, for both.